Here we go. There's the coach's bumper. Okay. Well, welcome in, everybody, to the coaches show here for the Walker County Game of the Week and also our wrap-up show from the previous week. Brian Hale along with James Phillips. JP, we're not going to call this week 0, which it's still the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So let's just call this opening week.
Right.
There were a lot of great games in opening week, starting from the Thursday night games all the way until the final whistle on Friday night. Really good opening statement weeks.
Yeah, I think the Thursday night game might have been the game of the week for sure. With Oakman and Cordova there, a really good game between those two teams. You were able to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Sounded like Cordova really took control early, and then Oakman battled back and had a chance right there at the end. So you can't ask for much more than that.
No, it was a great rivalry, absolutely great rivalry atmosphere. And then on top of that, just the game itself was just absorbing. And then, of course, you saw Jasper. I also saw Curry and Carbon Hill. Your takeaway from the Jasper game?
I think the Jasper game, I mean, you got to consider they were playing a team that was 0-10 the year before in Brookwood, but just everything that you saw with Jasper looked like they were already clicking on most all cylinders, and they looked really good offensively, defensively, everything. They didn't have a lot of silly penalties that kind of opened up the game with a couple. After that, everything kind of smoothed down, but just a really good first game to get a win early, make it easy, nobody gets hurt, that sort of thing, and then move on to the next one.
Well, also with that, on Friday night, it was Curry. I don't necessarily call it a big upset because it's a rivalry game. Anything can happen, but they look a lot better against Carbon Hill, record the victory, and break the streak.
Well, anytime Curry can pick up a win, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But then to pick up a win and look as good as they did against a rival, that gives them hope for the rest of the season.
You know it.
I mean, I feel like as a Dora graduate myself, I've already told people I'm worried about that Dora Curry game now because Dora looked so bad against Minor. Curry looked so good. You know, that could be a good game later in the year.
Could definitely be. Of course, that's a long, long, long way until it happens. James, let's just go through the scores from last week as it is. We'll start off with Thursday. Cordova 27, Oakman 20. Just great game. The Friday finals, starting off with the flagship, Jasper 41, Brookwood 6. Curry 36, Carbon Hill 14. Minor 46, Dora 0. Lynn 20, Lynn 6. Meek 20, Lynn 6. Addison 41, Winston County 20. And finally, Corner 34, Winfield 20. And, you know, except for maybe, I would say probably the Dora and the Winston County scores, it's probably the two that are the most noticeable on those.
Oh, definitely so. Sorry, I was going to tell you, check out the main volume.
Yeah.
We're having technical difficulties on the Facebook page, so just to make sure that was going well.
But, yeah, I mean, you take a look at it, Addison with a huge victory over Winston County.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of a strange deal because I thought the week before Lynn looked really good, and then, you know, to see Winston County go down to Addison as bad as they did, and then to see Lynn fall to Meek, both of those were surprises to me.
You never know what's going to happen up there in those Winston County rivalries. You never
true.
know what's take place. Let's go through this week's schedule real quick. Hackleburg is at Lynn. Meek is at Winston County. Decatur Heritage is at Addison. Then we have the county line clash, JP, is Corner will take on Dora. Curry at Cold Springs. Cordova at Northside. Colbert Heights at Carbon Hill. And then our game of the week on 88.5 will be Hale County at Oakman. And then on the flagship station, you and Woody will be calling Sipsey Valley at Jasper. What do you usually look for after opening week to the second game of the season? Typically, we see a whole lot of improvement. What do you look for?
Well, and I think that's probably when you see your most improvement and you really kind of figure out what these teams are like when you see how they go from week 1 to week 2. Even with like Jasper, after such a dominating win over a team like Brookwood, now they've got a team coming in who is kind of a team on the rise. You know, they made playoffs last year in Class 5A, so now can Jasper keep that momentum going? And then you talk about teams like Oakman. Oakman's got Hale County. Oakman, and they struggled to start with, and then they come up just short, and now they got Hale County coming to home. So how do they respond to that? And we get to kind of see how they match up against a team that's a little more their size and that sort of thing.
Obviously, these coaches are going to be looking for a lot of improvement in the second week or the next game. We're still not going to call that week 0. It's ridiculous. But
now, do we pick winners? Are we going to pick who we think might win? Can we go out on a limb there?
Why don't you pick the Oakman game, and I'll pick the Jasper game.
Okay, since we're calling those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. How about the other ones? Going to go through the other ones real quick?
Let's see here.
Skip Winston County. We don't cover Winston County. Sorry.
Okay. Dora Corner. I'm going to give this to Corner. They look really powerful right now. If Dora bounces back, that would be incredible, but I still see Corner taking that one. What do you think?
I'm going Corner all the way. I think I'm afraid it's going to be a blowout.
Curry at Cold Springs. Look, I saw Curry last week. That's a different team. I know Cold Springs beat the shellacking out of Hanceville.
Hanceville's not much of a program.
No, it's not really right now.
But
so.
I'm riding that Curry bandwagon until they lose one, and I think Cold Springs is a winnable game for the.
Absolutely. Cordova, this is such a big test. They're going to Northside. Northside's, of course, a big power. Class 5A program. We're going to see exactly how much Cordova has basically come back. This is going to be a real verifiable test.
Well, and we saw Northside kind of riding high there for a few seasons, and it seems like their wave is kind of starting to come down a little. And I'm going to go Cordova. I think Cordova pulls it out. I think this is a game where they do show, hey, we're heading in the right direction.
Colbert Heights is at Carbon Hill. And Carbon Hill, I will say this much, a lot of their stuff that they had last week that was problematic is correctable mistakes. They have a young quarterback. It's things that I think can be worked out. However, they do get the game at home, which is definitely helpful. I think I'm going to go with Carbon Hill just because I saw some stuff that could be greatly improved.
I'm going to have to go Colbert Heights until Carbon Hill can show me that they can pull out a W. So I'm going to go Colbert Heights.
Well, I'm going to make this simple. If you're not basically Athens, Decatur, or Muscle Shoals, I think you're just another victim, and Sipsey Valley falls into that. Jasper big.
I think that'll be the case. I'm not going to pick it though. I'm calling it. I got to go that route. But for your game that you'll be at Hale County and Oakman, I got to go Wildcats. I think they really have picked up some momentum. They looked really good against Dora in the Jamboree. So Oakman comes away with the win.
Awesome. Well, we're going to segue into our first break, and then we're going to bring in Oakman head coach Ben Painter, along with lineman T.J. Rogers on. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I did the right. All right, now go.
Welcome back, everybody. WJLX's Walwyn Area Coaches Show, live from the Crawfish Warehouse. Right now, joined by two members of the Oatman Wildcats. First of all, head coach Ben Painter joining us, and secondly, TJ Rogers, offensive lineman, and also defensive lineman, join us. Coach, after the absolute effort that y'all put on Thursday night, you've had an extra day. Did that extra day really come in handy when you're preparing for tomorrow night's game?
Oh, absolutely. That extra day comes. We always, now on a short week, it feels like everything's rushed. So that extra day helped us to kind of square everything up, make better corrections, kind of lay out the game plan even a little bit more, And so the kids respond to that better too. They need an extra day after, especially the short week we had at Cordova. That was a physical game.
Oh, yeah, it definitely was. And before we packed that game away, I know we talked earlier in the week about this. Talk for a moment about the fight of your team. Down such a huge deficit, and to come back 33 seconds, you guys could have gotten a touchdown and won that. You've got to admire the tenacity of your folks.
Oh, I do. It was a challenge. We did challenge them at halftime. We didn't start the way we wanted to. We were slow. We scored early, but after we got to halftime, we were kind of gave them a challenge. It seemed like they'd been punched in the gut a little bit, so we challenged them to keep fighting and to keep working, and they responded to that. And we were down on the 7-yard line with 33 seconds left, and we didn't get it done, but that's where we learned a lot from that, and I gave my kids after the game. I told them, I said, you fought your heart out, and that's all you can ask. And we were there in the end, and that's a good lesson to learn. We've got to be able to punch that in, and give ourselves a chance.
Coming back home this week, you've got Hale County. Typically, year in and year out, they bring a good brand of football, so this is going to be a significant challenge. How do you guys feel going into it?
Yeah, we feel good. We've had a good week of preparation. I think yesterday we had a really good day for a midweek to kind of wrap things up for us. Hale County, they're going to be athletic. They always have good athletes. I think we're going to have to be really focused on the task at hand, and that's sort of been the theme of the week, kind of, focus, refocus, kind of get our eyes back on the prize in a way, and start cleaning up things. We're going to have to clean up a lot of things in this game because they're so athletic. We're going to have to be good tacklers. We're going to have to do the little things right. We're going to have to play good technique. We're going to have to kind of dot all of our I's and cross all of our T's, and it would give ourselves a chance to win.
Let's bring TJ in. TJ Rogers, one of the linemen. That starts all up front with you guys. You guys are the foundation. What's the talk been this week? Are you guys motivated?
Oh, yes, sir. Last week, I opened our eyes a little bit. It was a tough, and felt like we didn't handle it the way we should have, especially to start, like Coach was saying. Halftime, we came back out, and it was like we were just playing different. We had something about us that we didn't have in that first half that we needed. We learned a lot from that game. Can't really dwell on it, but you got to learn from it and move on. And I think that's something that we've done well this week in practice. Is we've had some adjustments, handled them pretty well, and feel pretty confident going into the game tomorrow night.
What's your dimensions, TJ? What's your height and your weight?
I'm 6'4" and 260 pounds.
Goodness. Boy, I'm glad I don't have to feed him. Ooh, my goodness. What's your favorite food, TJ?
I like fried chicken and cornbread. That one hits home for me. My mom does really good fried chicken and rice and brown gravy. That's a good meal.
I can eat some fried chicken all day
No
long.
doubt.
I'm telling you
doubt.
what. So, Coach, from an injury standpoint, I know there were some guys limping. How's things? Is it just been relatively minor?
Yeah, you know how it is. As soon as you take the first snap in football, you're not 100% anymore. You're going to take the bumps and bruises and the nicks, and it was a physical game. But after we assessed and kind of went through, it's just a typical rough football game where you just got to recover and make sure we get it all worked out, and I think we're all going to be good to go.
When you have a chance, you've as an assistant, you've had so many chances to play at Hosea Collins, so many times over the years. Have you kind of been in that atmosphere? What's that like?
Oh man, that is a great atmosphere. And I know it's been said time and time again. We've on Tuesday there'll be people coming out putting their lawn chairs in the stands and getting their seats ready, and it's a special atmosphere. They love their football. They love Friday night football, and when those lights come on, our kids feed off that atmosphere, and you just get great community support down there. It's been and from the head coach's standpoint, now you really get to see that. I can pause for a second and just kind of take it in for just a minute, and it's been I just see the kids, they light up, when we get to walk out there on Friday night and run through our helmet, and the crowd is phenomenal, and it gives us a lot of energy, and I know it gives them a lot of energy.
Talk about the ozone, TJ. I know going through the tunnel there to start off, and then throughout the game. How much does that motivate you guys?
It's honestly crazy. Just for us to do something that we love and to have so much support from our community, it really does hit home. There's a lot of people that go out of their way to make sure that they're there on a Friday night because that's what they want to see. And to be backed up by our community and our fellow classmates and everything, that's a feeling that you don't get out of a lot of things. And as a senior, I can say now, it's been a crazy ride, and I'm ready for another year of it.
Yeah, you've seen so much during your time as a senior. You've gone all the way from maybe playoffs at over at Saks all the way to this year. What has been your favorite memory as a Wildcat?
I think honestly, just morning practices, there's something different about them. And I know last year, especially when it started getting cold, you see a different side of people when it starts getting cold. And as linemen, we always joke around about not having to wear layers and everything. And then we got our linebackers and our running backs and our receivers coming out there in sweatpants and everything. And it's just fun to play with the guys and have a great morning. Way to start off the morning good. Lasting
memories, huh?
Yes, sir.
Coach, our last takeaway question. Keys to victory for Friday night for the Wildcats to be successful?
We got to do more right consistently for more time. For us, we've got to clean up the mistakes. We've got to be good tacklers because they're very athletic, and we're going to have to wrap up, and then we're going to have to control the clock and move the ball. Run. We need to dictate it. We don't need to let somebody else dictate it for us. If we can do that, and I think every Friday night for us is we're going to be in a fight. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is, and we've realized that. Our kids are up for the fight, and if we can do more right longer, I think we're going to have a chance to win.
Obviously, very formidable region schedule coming up, so I know you guys are looking to get this one win. So, Coach, thank you so much. TJ, we appreciate having you both on, and best of luck tomorrow night. We'll, of course, be broadcasting the game on WJB 88.5. Everybody can hear on the radio station, plus you can also follow us online. Looking forward to broadcasting you guys.
Man, thank you for having us in tonight. I know y'all do a great job promoting our kids, and always have, and we just appreciate you having us, and thank you for what y'all do.
Thank you, Coach. Well, coming right up here at 6:30 p.m., James Phillips will be back, and he'll have the head coach of the Jasper Vikings, David Reeves, on with us. We'll take a break and be right back.
And we are here at Crawfish Warehouse, and it's the Coach David Reeves Show. We're live on WJLX 101.5 FM. James Phillips here to host the show. We want to say thank you to Brian Hale for the County Coaches Show and for Coach Ben Painter from Oakman for being here. And we wish the Wildcats luck tomorrow against Hale County. But now we segue over and we talk about the Jasper Vikings, and Coach David Reeves is here. And you've brought Coach Sage Harding with you.
Yeah, I'm going to try and bring different coaches and different players every week so we can get their perspective. Sometimes I have tunnel vision and don't see everything they need. That's why I got these guys around. Trying to hire guys that are way better than I am, and that makes my job easy.
Well, and I bet they shoot you straight too. They're not just a bunch of yes men, are they?
No. They're all the time dragging me down. Saying hey, we can't do this, we can't do that. So they keep me in check.
But evidently, you did say before we came on the air they talk about you like you're just an angel walking around, right?
Well, they do. I think Sage just said it before we got up here. An angel walking around. How he described me.
Yeah.
Sage has been with us since I got here. Boy, we're fortunate to have him. Our players are fortunate to have him, and just the community of Jasper is fortunate that he's part of our program. He does a great job.
And what's Sage's role on the team?
Secondary. He runs the secondary back there with Coach Oliver and Coach Mercer. He kind of heads it up and probably takes the brunt end of my fussing, and he's kind of the point man. If I need to fuss at somebody back there, that's his that's his part of his job description.
Right. Now, Sage, go ahead and check out that microphone there.
I'm here.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your coaching history.
Yep. Started my career off at Jasper. Left Jasper after a year, and then I went to Oakman actually for 3 years after that and coached. That after I left Oakman, I had a chance to come back to Jasper, and I've been with Coach Reeves since he's.
So you knew Coach Painter before you even walked in here, huh?
He's a great man.
And you're just glad not to be there with him now, right?
No, I wouldn't say that. Coach
Right.
Painter's a great guy.
Yeah, definitely
great coach, Great guy.
Hey, don't be trying to get rid of my coaches now. I can't have them going anywhere.
Right. What has been your experience with Jasper just over the last 3 years? It's been a kind of an up and down, and things are moving in the right direction. So
it is. Whenever Coach Reeves got here, and whenever I got here too, is the culture is what we started trying building up, and I think we've become very successful with that. It was a struggle year one, and now we're here year three, and we got the guys that's been playing since some 8th graders started then, and they've turned into that leadership role, and they've stepped it up. And coaches, we've had some turnovers in coaches, and I think the staff that we have now is a great group of men, and it's great for these kids.
Well, in week one, a big win over Brookwood, and the secondary looked fantastic back there. They picked off quite a few.
Well, that's all the kids. All I can tell them is where to be, and they got to make the plays.
Right.
That's all them.
Who are some guys that the fans really need to look out for in that area this year?
Jalen McCollum is one of our corners.
He was our player of the week this week.
Yes, sir, number 4. He's a great kid. Great kid. High expectations for him.
Yeah.
Zion Koger, he's a great corner, and we really have 3 corners in our rotation. Jesse Joseph is our 3rd one. And then when you go to safeties, Brody Garrett, Cortez Samuels, Jackson Bijol, Braylon. And then you go to nickel, we got C.J. Benson, and then E.J. Oliver. We've got guys, we've got depth, and that's good to have on the back end.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of those guys, they were up making tackles like they were linebackers last week too.
Well, the football guru right here.
That's where that comes from?
Oh, yeah. Safety's got to get down there.
Yeah, I figured that was the case. You're not gonna speak to that though?
He's got to come to work tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Sounds like somebody might be running tomorrow, right? Or it could be the field's still open tonight if you want to hit a few.
No, I think those days are over.
Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the game in Week 1. You guys, from start to finish, I would say played pretty well. A little bit of nerves there at the beginning with a few penalties and that sort of things, and the bad snap early. But other than that, looked good.
Yeah, we had a lot to work on. I mean, we cut some guys on the back end. We didn't see pullers a couple of times. I thought our tackling was pretty solid for a first game. Offensively, we got to get off to a better start. I mean, once we got rolling, I thought we did a good job executing, but you can't, you have to get off to a fast start. I mean, that's something we talk about all the time, and so that's something we've stressed all week. So we're going to try and clean it up. I thought it was sloppy at times, and then really, really good at times. And we're not, when you're up and down, that's just average. We're trying to stay on the right slope the whole time. So we've got a lot of work to do. So we had a good week of preparation. These guys, all the coaches came out and just went right to work. I mean, it was never a rest. All this was good, that was good. It was, hey, this is what we got to get fixed, and those guys came in and got after it. So it's been a really good week of preparation. Our players came to work in the right state of mind, and so it's been good.
Well, you told me before the game, before the show, we were talking, and you guys only ran 33 plays in the game, something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. I mean, we scored quick, a couple of times, and I was really happy about that. That's when we get the right, when Coach Houghton gets the right play called, and we get a hat on a hat, then we've got to try and really flip the field. Defensively, I was really proud. We kept a drive going for them with a couple of penalties. Questionable penalties.
I was going to say a little.
I'll say.
I'm not sure where a couple of those came from.
Well, me either, and I've looked at the film probably 30 times since then. But they were called. You know what? That's part of the game, and so we bounced back. But it did keep a drive going. But just as much as I'm proud of the offense for taking the ball down and scoring and doing those kind of things. Defensively, it was an 18-play drive, and they got 0 points out of it. And like I said, that's a couple of mistakes we got to eliminate. We can't keep drives alive. You got to figure out how the officials are calling and really settle into how they're seeing it. So, but that was good, on both sides of the ball. Special teams, I thought we did an outstanding job. Had a new kicker making his debut. I thought he kicked extremely well. What was he?
He was 5 of 6.
5 of 6.
And punted the ball well a couple times.
Punted the ball extremely good. Thought the one we missed was a little mishap. So we got to clean that up. So we've got things in all three phases. That we need to continue to improve on.
Well, and you would think week 1 to week 2, that's the week to improve more than any of them.
I hope so. That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's how we drew it out. So.
I think you mentioned defense, and the tackling was a definite positive. You guys had 24 different players make a tackle. That's a lot of people to get in the game and make a play there.
Yeah, I was tickled to death. I thought everybody. The one thing that I think we as a staff all agreed on, there's execution that we got to fix, but the effort. The effort was there, the focus was there leading up to the game, and those things were great. And so I thought everybody that went into the game played extremely hard. Didn't always do the right thing, didn't make every play, but as far as effort, that's really something that we preach.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess that's what you would have to.
Yeah.
And how about talk about a little bit about just being able to finish the game, having a lot of backup guys in there. I mean, you guys were playing some of the just babies on the team.
Yeah, I'm going to let Coach Harding talk about that. I'm not letting these guys off the hook when I bring them up here.
There you go.
They need to jump on in there. Coach Harding?
Yes, sir. Well, we did have young guys in, but it goes back to the expectation. If you're lined up in the right spot, We expect you to make the play. Now, they might have had their starters in still with a hot clock,
Right.
but it doesn't matter. We talk to these kids about adversity. And then for them young kids to be able to get on the field in a situation like that to make a name for themselves, puts you in a good spot. If you make it, be a good spot for you.
Yeah.
So we just expect them to do the best they can when they get out there. That goes through with our practice schedule and how we practice and getting all those young kids reps. They're getting reps for a reason. And that's so when our offense and defense go out and do their job, they get a chance to go out there and do the field, and we expect them to know what to do.
Yeah, definitely so. I do need to apologize to one of your young guys that was in there. Woody just butchered his name. And
Keanu.
it should have been Keanu. He was calling him Canoe.
It's Keanu. And I think Woody double looked at the list the other day because he was calling him Joe Marcus Parham, and it's Tomarcus with a T.
Okay.
Who made the big touchdown right before the end of the first half. So.
Yeah. We'll get those right as the season moves on.
Y'all did great. Y'all did great.
Well, guys, let's take a quick break real quick, and then when we come back, we'll talk about this week's game and what fans can expect tomorrow night with Sipsey Valley coming in for the game.
Perfect.
We'll be right back here on the Coaches Show on WJLX. And we are back here at Crawfish Warehouse Live with the Coach David Reeves Show. James Phillips, joined by Coach David Reeves and Coach Sage Harding tonight. And thank you guys for coming. And now let's talk a little bit about Sipsey Valley coming in tomorrow night at Cairo Gambrell, and it's going to be senior night for the Vikings.
Senior night for the Vikings, you know, and it's a really special group. All of us as coaches, to me in particular, you know, all these guys were sophomores when I got here, and we're pushed into a really tough role. Had a lot of football that they had to play, a bunch of snaps they had to play as 10th graders, and so it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a very humble moment for me to watch those guys on senior nights, you know, and know all they've done for our program and stuff. So.
How many seniors do y'all have this year?
16.
16. I mean, that's 16. A big number too.
It is. It's a big number. You know, the first year here we had 7. Last year here we had 13. So it's trending in the right direction.
Yeah, that's what you want to see, for sure.
No doubt. No doubt.
With it being senior night, you guys will be celebrating the seniors in all the groups as far as the band and the cheerleaders.
Yep. They'll all get their recognition before the game. I think it starts with the football players at 6:30. I think is when they're going to start that little program. So won't be a big change. We're usually off the field at 6:35. So we'll just back everything up 5 minutes and be able to enjoy that.
I've got the 4 senior cheerleaders coming on my show in the morning at 9.
Good, awesome.
And I think I'm going to ask them some trivia questions about football, just easy stuff like how many yards to get a first down, you know, or something like that.
They're going to know it. Our cheerleaders are amazing. They do a great job. You know, they're very talented group, and so we're lucky to have them.
You're putting the pressure on them, though, Coach. If they miss a few of those, I'm going to really let them have it, you know. Let's talk a little bit about Sipsey Valley. It's a definite step up in.
Yeah, you know, I tell you, this is a team. Coach Milligan and his staff, they do a fantastic job. You know, I think they scored 69 points on Friday night. And I don't care who you're playing. I mean, that's hard to do. Going back and looking at the tape, they scored in all the phases. You know, if they didn't score all the phases, for sure set up easy scores. But that's a tribute to their staff. Player-wise, you know, it was a real war down there last year, you know, and it's the same team. They just changed the quarterback. You know,
when it was kind of a back and forth game, wasn't it, for a while before y'all pulled away?
It was just pulled away a little bit there towards the end. You know, defensively they start 8 seniors. You know, it's all guys that have been playing. They're a year older, a year stronger. They run around. They've got a really good idea about what they're trying to get done on defense. You know, they've really bought in. Again, my hat's off to their players and coaches. They really got after it flew around to the football last Friday night. Coach, you want to talk about them on offense?
Offensively, the quarterback, like Coach said, he can spin it pretty well. He's athletic. He will run around. They got 4 or 5 receivers. They're big. They're fast. Their lineman's aggressive. We've seen that on film. So we're going to have a dogfight on our hands, and we just got to prevail over the adversity that them corners getting to see some real talent this week.
Well, I was going to say last week they didn't really get tested a lot, but when they did get tested, they made plays.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're good football players. All 3 of them are pretty good, and them safeties, their eyes on the back end, able to help them out. But this week's going to be a test.
Yeah, definitely.
This week's going to be a test. We're going to have to play physical. I think we'll be all right.
You know, and you know, Coach mentioned their offensive line, strong, aggressive, like he said. And the 2 guys they put back there behind that offensive line, they can run it. I mean, you know, one guy comes in, he has great vision, good balance, really explosive player, really good speed, really good long end speed. They bring in another talented running back that, boy, he might be as big as everybody we got on defense. I mean, he's just a big bruiser, but he can absolutely run. So our work's going to be cut out for us. You know, they got a talented tight end they put in. It's a very physical blocker, good route runner, good receiver. So they make you defend the entire field, you know, the entire night. So it's definitely going to be a huge challenge for both sides of the ball. Special teams, they're solid. They didn't have to do a lot of stuff last week just because of the score of the game, but you can look out there and see their sound, their assignment sound. They've got a lot of really good players, a lot of starters that go out there on their special teams. I know Coach Smothers has worked very hard this week making sure we're ready, because you get in a big football game like this, and special teams always has, you know, a chance to make a real impact.
Yeah, I think definitely so. And it's going to be a blackout tomorrow night, right? That's what I was told.
Well, they don't tell me stuff like that. They just tell me what time it starts and when to be there. And so
I figured they had to tell you what color to wear, though.
Well, we're black at home, so I didn't even think about it. So you know, I don't know. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds good. Our fans are amazing. I mean, they fill it up and they get loud and you know, kind of rowdy up there, and I kind of like it.
Yeah,
you know?
I do too. And
so
they really showed up last week. Great turnout.
Fantastic turnout, and you know, so thankful that you know, for our kids that they get to play in front of crowds like that and in front of people that it matters to like that, and a place where their tradition is rich and people really care about Jasper football. You know, that always adds a little more to it when you have that kind of backing from your fans.
Well, Coach Harding, anything else you want to say before you go for the night?
Go Vikes.
There you go. That's all I needed.
There you go. Go Vikes.
Go Vikes. Thanks, coaches, for stopping by.
Thank y'all so much.
See you next week, Coach
All
Reeves.
right. Go Vikes.
Guys, we're going to take a break. You can hear the fans in the background clapping for Coach Reeves. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back here on WJLX to close out the show. And we'll have a giveaway here at Crawfish Warehouse. So be ready. We're going to give away some Viking swag. And we are back. And we're back here at Crawfish Warehouse. Man, we're having fun tonight. A lot of folks here.
A lot of folks. It's good to see a good turnout here at Crawfish Warehouse. Thanks, everybody, for coming out supporting the WJLX Crawfish Warehouse Coaches Show. Like I say, we have the county coaches here from 6 to 6:30. It's a featured coach every week. And then the Coach David Reeves Show at 6:30. Great job tonight, JP.
Well, thank you. And Brian Hale as well.
That's right. Brian kicks it off. Thanks, Brian. He hosts the Coaches Show at 6 o'clock, and then Brian does our play-by-play. Where are you at, Brian? Would you call yourself a color analyst or the play-by? He's the color guy on our sister station, 88.5 Walker County Game of the Week. You
That's
can
right.
catch Oakman versus Hale County tomorrow night there, and then we'll have Jasper and Sipsey Valley right here.
Yeah. Cubs versus Vikings. I mean, who do you think's going to win that battle?
Is that what they are? The Cubs?
The Cubs, yeah.
I feel like I should have known that. We went down there several times for baseball a couple years ago.
We all know that bears are vicious, but a Viking can cut the head off a baby bear.
Well, I think Cubs are extinct in like the Scandinavian countries because of Vikings.
Exactly. And that's what's going to happen tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We'll chase them off the field.
Chase them out of Scandinavia and Jasper.
And how about we give something away?
That's right. I do have some giveaways tonight donated by our good friends at the Shirt Shop of Jasper.
And you got to come down here to get the giveaways. You got to come to Crawfish Warehouse, and you got to enjoy some great food, and you got to enjoy hanging out with friends and family and radio people.
Yeah, well, that's got to be the perks of it, right? To come outside, come out here and support a great local business who is supporting local radio and another great local business. Like I said, the Shirt Shop of Jasper, your official Vikings swag dealer this year. Got a T-shirt and cap. So you've got a trivia question for everybody here at the restaurant tonight.
Yep, everybody at the restaurant.
All right, here we go.
What is the win total in the history of the Jasper Viking program? How many wins has Jasper had total in the program's history?
How are we going to execute this?
We're going
to. Is everybody start yelling at us?
We're going to raise a hand, and we will watch for the first hand, just like we were in school.
All right, so we have the number here. We have the number here, and the closest answer gets to it, right?
Yep, closest answer. Anybody? Somebody's got to guess.
Nobody knows. Okay, we got an answer right here.
69.
Not it, but nice. Okay, go ahead.
675. That's pretty close.
Somebody else?
Anybody else got one guess?
629.
629.
Throw me that Sharpie back.
What did I say it was?
I thought you knew
No,
it.
that's what it's exactly 629. Somebody looked up.
All right. Well, thanks
the
for
question. But we'll let you do that. We should have said no cheating. No.
That's we're just happy for participators, right? Just happy to have some guesses out there. So who was the winner? Who's the winner? All right, come on up and get your stuff. And you got to smile at the camera when I hand it to you, and we're going to do the classic, like.
Yeah, there you go. There we
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks the Shirt Shop of Jasper. Great job.
Yeah.
That was official.
That was good there.
It's fun.
629. That's a lot of wins.
What year?
Well, it's really 100 years of the program, a little over 100. I think they're at 102 now.
Mom, what year were you there?
Not 102 years ago.
Just kidding. I didn't say anything except ask what year you were there.
I felt like you were suggesting something.
A couple years ago. That's right. Well, JP, I'm looking forward to some football this weekend, man. We had a lot of fun last weekend, kicking the rust off this show.
Yeah, I think we did really well last week and man, we had so many viewers for the Jasper game. I know it was
thousands.
Yeah, I mean we had
thousands.
A lot of viewers, and we appreciate people doing that. If you can't get to the game, definitely check us out. We'll start tomorrow night. Facebook feed usually starts going at 7, but we start all the pregame stuff on.
That's all right.
101.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You're right.
All pregame starts at 6 p.m.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, and Woody
Pre-game
and I'll be there for pregame show, and then we'll have a interview from the locker room with Coach David Reeves, and then we'll come back live to the field where Woody and I'll take it straight to the game. So can't wait for that tomorrow night.
We've hit our marks tonight and everything, man. It's been a lot of fun.
We've tried to.
Yep. seamless execution of the transitions. So
and next week we'll be right back here at Crawfish Warehouse, 6 o'clock on Thursday. Come out, hang out with us, get some food, man. This food is incredible. I cannot wait to dig into some gumbo in just a minute.
Oh, I did gumbo last week. I'm gonna do something different this week.
All right, for Brian Hale, Jonathan Timmons, I'm James Phillips. Tune in tomorrow night and check us out on 88.5 and 101.5 for football Friday nights.
All right, and then we can